In Samsung's history, there has only been one other FE smartphone in existence, which is the Galaxy Note FE. So many years have passed and now we have the second FE smartphone in the family of Galaxy smartphones, which is this one, the S20 FE. And this is a phone that was created after they made a series of surveys via the Samsung Members app to know what really matters in a smartphone for its consumers. And let's take a look at how fan edition this fan phone is. Let's go through our 6 usual points about a smartphone, and I'm just going to breeze it through because at the end of this video, I want to talk about what's the differences between this S20 FE and also this one, the S20 Plus. So let's begin by first talking about the packaging because this is really an amazing box. I would say it's worth a place if you have this phone just to put it up as a decor because they have a lot of icons embossed onto the box and it's shimmery and it looks nice. Also, since we have the, what color is this again? The cloud navy color. This S20 font here is printed in that same color as well. If you have any other different colors of the Galaxy S20 FE, then this word, the S20 wording here will also change in color. And speaking of colors, the Galaxy S20 FE is available in 6 different colors. But for us Malaysians, we don't get that red color. I don't know why. And since we're talking about the colors, let's start off with the design. So the Galaxy S20 FE is pretty similar with the Galaxy S20 Plus in terms of size and also the grip, shape, everything is just very similar. One thing that's different here is the back. So you get this color and it's also covered in a plastic matte finish. Yeah, it's plastic. I don't have anything against plastic, but if you're charging for this price, at least give us a glass back. Despite having a plastic bag, you still get a fully aluminium metal frame here, and it is still IP68 rated. All of the ports are still the same, no audio jack, and you also get a really thin camera bump at the back here. In terms of specs and performance, for us Malaysians this time around, we are getting the Snapdragon 865 version. Because yes, Samsung Malaysia also listens to the Malaysian fans since you guys want Snapdragon version, so we get the Snapdragon version this time. And it also comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. And we are only getting this one configuration, which is why the price of the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE here in Malaysia is slightly higher when you compare it to the official launch price in the US. Because in the US, it starts from 128 gigs. But the question now is, do you actually need 256 gigs of storage? Because remember, the Galaxy S20 FE still has a micro SD card for your storage expandability. But nonetheless, in terms of benchmarks, I'm just going to briefly go through all of them here because it's a Snapdragon 865 phone, so it's going to perform as expected. Where it matters here is gaming performance, and you can check out at the top right corner there because we also made a separate video while we play games on the Galaxy S20 FE. Spoiler alert, it's great. Now for the battery life, both the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE and also the S20 Plus comes with a 4500 mAh battery. And in our battery life test, the S20 FE lasts for about 14.5 hours in our battery life test. But for the charging time, the Galaxy S20 FE only comes with a 15-watt charger, so it's technically slower because the S20 Plus comes with a 25-watt charger instead. But nonetheless, the charging time from 15 to 100% is about 88 minutes. By the way, the Galaxy S20 FE also supports wireless charging, just like its greater elder. And as for the cameras, the Galaxy S20 FE comes with the typical triple camera setup here. And yeah, all of the pictures that come out of any of these 3 cameras will have the signature Samsung contrast and clarity. And most importantly, I can also take close-up shots with the main camera and the pictures turn out really clear. And the dynamic range of any pictures that come out of the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE is also great. And as for the screen, the Galaxy S20 FE comes with a 6.5-inch Super AMOLED flat screen. And this is kind of important for me because I have a lot of issues finding a proper screen protector for the S20 Plus. But since it's using a flat screen, that means tempered glass screen protectors are much more easier to find and also apply on your own. But nonetheless, the screen colors, the brightness, the vividness is still good, and it runs at 120Hz at 1080p at most. And yeah, for a phone, I don't think it matters if you're using 1440p or 1080p, because for me, I prefer battery life. As for the software, the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE is very interesting. It also uses the Android 10 with Samsung's One UI 2.5. Still the best skin that Android has to offer right now in terms of aesthetics and utility. And the S20 FE also has Samsung's signature Edge panel, Samsung Pay, and even Samsung DeX, including the newly released wireless DeX as well. Which means that this phone, even though it is considered light version of the Galaxy S20, it still uses a USB 3.0 port at the bottom here, which means all of the fast file transfers can be done with this phone. But this is a fan edition phone after all, which means there must be a few missing features here and there. So the Galaxy S20 FE does not have an included case in the box, and no earphone as well, not even the AKG USB Type-C earphone. And yeah, this phone doesn't have audio jack. Also, the selfie camera here is of fixed focus. While we're talking about a selfie camera, I just want to talk about this little silver ring around that selfie camera cutout. Don't know why Samsung put it there, and I thought it would be distracting at first, but turns out not quite, because I just ignored the notch real quick. There's also no microphone at the rear camera array here, which is present on the S20 Plus. This little microphone at the back is meant for you to use that video microphone zooming feature thing. I don't know if anyone actually uses it, but they remove it on the S20 FE, which I think it's totally fine. Because if you want to record a video, might as well use an external microphone. And since the Pro Video mode on the Galaxy S20 FE is exactly the same as this one, then yeah, it works. There are some parts with the Galaxy S20 FE which I think is kind of a step back when you compare it with the S20 Plus. This fingerprint scanner is at the bottom of the screen, which is the same as the S10 series. I complain about this because it's not ergonomic at all if you want to reach down to the bottom of the screen to get it to scan your finger. But on the S20 series, they fixed this issue by moving it up closer to the middle part of the screen, which is a lot more ergonomic. Yeah, I don't know why they did this, but that's something that we have to live with on the Galaxy S20 FE. So, in conclusion, the Galaxy S20 FE. At first, I thought that this phone will be a really light version of the Galaxy S20, the base version, but turns out it's not, because Samsung actually retained a lot of the features, the good features, and they also just neglected some of the features that people don't really care about, like the rear-facing microphone feature that I talked about earlier. And in turn, I would say the Galaxy S20 FE did make the base model S20 and also the S20 Plus that I have here obsolete in a way, not entirely, but in a way. This is the mark of more affordable Samsung smartphones. And I know there are a lot of cheaper flagship smartphones with the same specs in the market right now, but the true value of Samsung smartphones here is the software experience. And let's not forget that Samsung also promised that the Galaxy S20 FE will also be getting 3 years worth of software updates, just like the S20 Plus and Ultra. If you want the best Android experience in the market right now, and also comes with flagship specs, then I can wholeheartedly recommend the Galaxy S20 FE to anyone out there. Do keep in mind that this phone is available in a lot of different colors, but this is what we get. So yeah, that's all we have to say about the Galaxy S20 FE. I think it's a bit harsh on Samsung on this video, but seriously, you guys listening to your fans is important. I appreciate you for doing that, but this is a transitional period, so things might be a bit weird. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. We see you next time. Goodbye.